everyone, Megan Levy here in New York City. I'm joined by the last style bender, Israel Adesanya, who fights this Saturday at UFC 230. And it seems like New York City's treating you well so far.
Yeah, very good. I mean, last night was historic for me because I went to MSG and I watched the Knicks versus the Nets, and that was cool. I'm not really a big basketball follower, but the Knicks gave me a jersey, so they're my new team.
Yeah, of course, and you can now quote Jay-Z, Knicks and Nets give me high fives, right?
Oh yeah, right, yeah, exactly.
Right there.
I've been there since day one. I'm not a bandwagon fan, none of that.
Right, of course. Knicks for life.
Yeah, for real.
So fighting in Madison Square Garden, what kind of emotions does that conjure up in you when you think about having the opportunity to compete there?
For me, like fight week, I stay focused. I don't really get too caught up in everything, even though this time I always expected all this, and I knew like this fight, every single fight I've had in the UFC, 3 fights so far in 6 months, and then everyone was like more responsibility and whatnot. And then this one I looked at my schedule and I was like, oh god, like today I started at 8 and I've only had a little bit of a break, like an hour break. So, but the thing is, Embedded prepared me for all of this because you get to see what's happening, you get to prepare, put yourself in that situation. So yeah, I've been doing it. I think I passed it with flying colors, all my today. Like even on Complex, I owned the room. I sat there and I was just, it felt like 30 minutes, but it was probably an hour. Like, yeah, we just rambled on, talked some play Connect 4, I lost. But yeah, I'm enjoying the whole process. I'm just, taking it all in. Like when I was at MSG last night, I was on the court. I was, court side. I was feeling the vibe of the crowd, feeling the atmosphere. I visualized it. I was checking in sometimes just to make sure, like, I'm still doing this. Like when it's time, I can remember the warm up, and I still made the walk, the exact walk I'm gonna make to the cage. I got to make that walk, and yeah, I mean, for me, I'm ahead now. I started the game at level 2 because I've already done it.
Yeah, I mean, that's the world's most famous arena, though. Some of the greatest combat sports athletes have competed there, and the fact that you're going to be competing there on the pay-per-view, such a big platform. I mean, do you think about that you're etching your name into these history books?
Not yet. I know it's happening, but I don't really focus on it. I got one thing on my mind, and that's defeating old Derek Brunson. That's what I have to get done.
Israel Adesanya! He makes good on the UFC debut tonight.
For me, after the fight, when it's done and then the crowd roars, that's when I kind of just bask in the ambience. I'm just like, at the moment, I'm just staying focused on the task at hand, doing my media obligations like a professional as I am. And yeah, I'm just enjoying it. Like, and it's cool because, mixed martial arts was illegal in New York for so long because of some corruption. And now we can carry on, the future of combat sports, which is mixed martial arts in a historic place like MSG.
Yeah, absolutely. And you mentioned your opponent, Derek Brunson. Mm-hmm. This bad blood, where did this really originate from?
I have no beef with him. He's just another guy I have to beat up, but he seems to think I was a fanboy back in 2015, and that was when I wasn't even signed. I got signed this year, 2018, in February. And yeah, he was in, I think he fought Daniel Kelly in UFC in Auckland, and he said, I saw him and I was like, oh my God, can I get a photo? Wrong. So in Auckland, there's not really much brothers around. So when you see a brother, it's kind of like, trying to get this like blackness confirmed, you got soul. But I saw him and I was like, guy, what's up? And he just iced me, walked past me. And I knew at that moment, oh, this he knows who I am. And they already know I'm a threat. I knew from that, because I was helping certain guys train for certain guys, in the UFC. So I was kind of known in the circle, but I knew he knew who I am and he knew I was a threat. He knew I was a threat way back then. So, I mean, he's been looking at me for a long time, I didn't even care about him. I've never really been a guy to look for his fights because he's boring. He's just very clumsy the way he fights. So yeah, and I saw him in LA, I think in September when I went for the press conference.
Unbeaten New Zealander Israel Adesanya faces top middleweight contender Derek Brunson.
Funny enough, that morning I saw him in the lobby. He had nothing for me. He was just kind of shook. And then on stage, when there's Dana in front of us now, there's all this cameras and crowd, then he brings all this kind of weird energy. And I'm like, this was 30 minutes ago, you didn't have this energy, you got to keep that same energy. So yeah, I don't like the way he approaches the game. He's trying to sell the fight, I guess. He's trying to hype himself up because of all the shine I'm getting. The spotlight's on me, and I've only had 3 fights. So he's one of those guys you can see the green-eyed monster poking out, like they're all jealous because they feel like, oh, why is he getting all this shine? I've been here for so long, I don't even get as much as him. I've never headlined a pay-per-view, but it is what it is. It's never, there's enough to go around, you just gotta do the work, and I've been doing my work, and he hasn't.
Yeah, this is your 4th fight this year, and he hasn't fought since January. I mean, do you...
And he got knocked out too. I mean, wow, by a jiu-jitsu specialist. Ouch, ouch. But yeah.
Do you feel like the fact that you're staying active inside the octagon plays into your favor here?
100%. Like, I feel, I told people in 2016, I fought over 20 times, and for me, this is nothing. This is like, I've fought back to back to back before. You know, like a Thai. You know, the Thai people, they fight every weekend. I've done that before, but this is nothing. Like, I get to have a little bit of time off. I don't get fat. I still train. I still stay in the gym. I think that plays a part in me feeling more comfortable. I feel comfortable every single fight. The ones who are smart, they'll take notes. Every single fight, you watch me, and you see how comfortable I get. You see my presence in there.
He has been the boss. He has been the bully. He has led the dance. However you want to put it, it has been a dominant performance by Israel Adesanya.
And this time, even with all this, I'm really like, pat myself on the back. Like, honestly, I'm handling everything so well with the whole media obligations, the way, like this morning, even TMZ rolled up on me, and I just like, with a coffee in hand, big giant water jug in hand, 1 gallon, I handled it like a pro. I wasn't starstruck, I wasn't caught like a deer in the headlights or anything. I just handled it. So yeah, I mean, I feel like a professional. Like, I've been doing this for so long in my head. Like, now I'm making it a reality. I'm creating my own reality.
So how do you feel like you handled the situation inside the octagon with Derek? I mean, I've heard you say that you'd like to finish him in the 2nd round, but how do you see it actually going down in your head?
3 ways. For me, it's about my striking and his chin. With the way I strike, I'm very accurate. I'm probably one of the most accurate in the middleweight division.
Significant strikes, landing at a better rate, certainly backed up that confidence.
I want it to be 2nd round because I want to feel him. I really want to look like across the cage, see in his eyes, and then he'll realize. I know that look. I've seen it many times, and then they break it like, oh, and they come out and like, oh man, what do I do? Shoot for a takedown, panic, strike, and oh, what am I gonna do? And then they're ready to go, and then escort them out. But if not, I'm gonna submit him. Things been happening in the gym, so yeah, I'm getting better every day. Like, people don't understand. They think, oh, but he doesn't train any jiu-jitsu. I hope you're getting your wrestling tight. I'm like, look at my last fight. The guy shot how many takedowns on me?
Final seconds, 1 more shot there from Tavares.
And if they ever get me down and I pop back up, that's not counted because you got to secure the takedown. So, but yeah, I feel comfortable. I'm getting more comfortable each time I step in that octagon. And muscle memory is a powerful thing, and the mind's a powerful thing because I've done it so many times in my head. It just do what I want, you know. So with him, it's just another night in the office, another guy in the way. So I'm gonna have a field day.
You're both in the top 10, currently at number 9, and he's at number 6. You make a statement every time you fight, but what do you feel like this would do for you?
Whatever I want. I want to see how everyone else does, you know, like Weidman, Jacare, Branch, and the other guy. So see how they do with their fights. I'm pretty much, I look at putting this guy away spectacularly in flying colors. And then I want to see how Bobby Knuckles does with Kelvin Gastelum. So I really want that. I want that fight in New Zealand, in Auckland. I want to take the strap away from him at home. So yeah, we'll see what the landscape happens. You know, they're fighting in February. I think February they're fighting, but you never know. People get hurt. Kelvin Gastelum might slip on a banana peel. And then, you know, 3 weeks later, we need someone to step up for 3 weeks. Who are we gonna call? You know, right? They call me because I'm always in the gym. I'm always staying ready, and 3 weeks is nothing for me. Like I said, I've always been the guy who I can do back to back to back, so I stay ready.
Excellent. Well, we are so ready to see you fight on Saturday night. You're always so exciting. Such a pleasure to sit down with you. Thank you. I know you've got a busy schedule. We appreciate it.
Almost done.
Thanks.
Boom.